Hi, I'm James and welcome to a playthrough of Alien, Fate of the Nostromo. It's all set up ready to go. I'm using three characters. I'm using Dallas, Ripley and Brett because I think they give possibly the best taste of the game for a demo. All the counters and everything are in place. The alien's already in the nest, and I love the rule for this here. The last player hissed at by a cat goes first. I like that touch. Qubit would approve of that one. So let's have a look what we've got. I've picked 4 missions at random plus an unknown final mission. I've got encounter the nest, so I need to take an incinerator to the nest. Give it a little incentive, bring a cattle prod to the galley. The galley's there. Crew meeting, all crew members in the galley with at least 1 scrap token, and prep the suits in the suit storage area by dropping 2 coolant canisters in there. So that's what I've got to achieve. So I've set it up to go in order. So I'm going to start with Dallas. Now let's have a look. I need him to get some kit, so I'm going to move him 1, 2, each moves an action, 3, 4, and then as an action I'm going to pick up the 2 scrap items. And then at the end of the turn I turn over an encounter card, and the alien moves 3 squares. That's quite a bad start. And it always goes by the shortest routes, and the shortest route's going to be to here. It's moving up and then across. Okay, didn't catch up with me, so I don't need to lose any morale. My morale starts at 15 with 3 characters, and as soon as it hits 0 I lose the game. I like the fact that you all win or lose together. There's no picking off of characters in this. So Ripley. So Ripley's got 4 actions, but she's got a special ability as well, which is the ability to actually give an action to another character. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to give an action to Dallas to pick up the coolant, give him another action, give him another action. In fact, I'm misreading that rule there because I can only give it to move them. So okay, I'll leave that there for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'll bring him back in, and that's my move done. So what happens at the end of that? Great, the alien moves 3 again. 1, 2, 3. So because he's contacted me, I lose 3 morale, and the characters have to move away 3 areas. So I'll start with Dallas. 1, 2, and I'm going to move into here. I'm going to take a gamble because there is an encounter token in here and it's empty. Okay, so that was good news. So Ripley, I need to get some more scraps. So I'm going to move Ripley that way, and I'm going to move Brett that way. Okay, so that was on Ripley's go, so we're now on Brett's go. So 1, 2, 3. And what occurs? The alien moves 2. Now because they're all 3 squares distant, I can decide which way it moves. I don't want it to move that way because that will cut Brett off. I'm going to move it this way. It's a bit of a pain, it's in the way, but it just means I've got more chance to actually get what I need. So Dallas's action. 1 action to pick up the scrap, 1 action to pick up the coolant, and I can then craft it. I've moved into the wrong place. That wasn't brilliant. Should have been there. So let's start that again. So 1 action, I'll pick that up. 2, 3, 4, and I'll pick up the scrap. But I've got to encounter this as well, and brilliant. It's Jonesy, the ship's cat, has just lost me a point of morale, suddenly appearing like that, startling me. Okay, so at least I didn't lose any more than that. Okay, so that was Dallas's move. So what happens at the end of that? Okay, the alien moves 1 area, which unfortunately takes it into Ripley. Means I lose 2 more morale, and Ripley has to move 3. Now, that's frustrating because that's 2 away. I'm going to move her up to there, I think. But we also then get 2 scrap and a token appearing in hypersleep. Ooh, that could be useful, that scrap. because only Dallas is anyone with any at the minute. So Ripley's move. 1, 2. Let's see what we encounter. Great, it's Jonesy the ship's cat again. Cats just hate me, even in games. Okay, so that was 2. Pick up the scrap, 3, and move to there, 4. And order 937. Every crew member loses an item of scrap. Brilliant. And if Ash is in play, and I'm not using Ash, the advanced rules, that would have had him moving towards me. So, that was Ripley. So that leaves Brett. Now, my plan had been to actually get everybody together in the galley with scrap and do some passing round, but that's now not going to work. I need to move the alien away somewhere, I think, but there's nowhere I want to, so what I'm going to do is just get Brett safely to there for the minute. It's 4 away from the alien, he should be fairly safe there. So, suit storage, and the alien moves 1. I'm going to have them move that way, I think, that way, then I can get at the med bay. And we get 2 scrap and an encounter at suit storage, which is where the aliens just appeared at. Okay, so I've just lost track of whose turn it was. Let's just work it back. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah, so that was Brett. So now we're on to Dallas. So Dallas has got 5 actions. Well, there is scrap. So I think what I'm going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, pick up the scrap. And then 5, move back out. So I'm going to draw the alien towards him, hopefully. And alien moves 1. And we get 2 scrap and encounter in the airlock. What I possibly should have done is got him making some kit, but then again I need scrap tokens at the minute. So that was Dallas. Ripley. What I'm going to do with Ripley is go 1, 2, 3 and then move Dallas. And what happens? The alien moves 1. And equipment storage gets some scrap and the encounter there. Okay, so that's Brett's turn then. So Brett doesn't actually have any scrap at the minute. Now let's have a look. I'm going to take a gamble here, I think. What? No, yeah, 1, 2. And I can trade items, so I'm going to give 2 of these to Brett, and Brett's got a special ability that he can reduce the cost of an item by 1 and it doesn't take an action to make. So if I spend effectively 3 and give him a cattle prod, that way, electric prod, that way if the alien moves in we don't lose as much morale. So it's basically trying to protect Dallas a bit. And at the end of the turn, what happens? Okay, the alien moves 1, which causes 2 morale damage. Now, interesting question with that. I've never been in a position where the aliens actually arrived in the same square as 2 people. So let's read the rules for the electric prod. Reduce the amount of morale lost for encountering an alien by 2. Okay, so I'm going to assume that it can be, but it's used at one of the actions. So they can both move 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's actually quite convenient. So the workshop now gets a scrap token, and it's already got an encounter, so it doesn't get another one. And now I've got all 3 people in the same place. Do they all have 1 scrap though? No, that's where that one falls down. But I can get rid of the give it a little incentive. So at least I've now completed that one. So that was Brett. So we're back to Dallas. So Dallas, 1, 2, encounter this, which is quiet, which is what I really needed there. 3, 4, 5. That extra point of movement he's got is really useful. And the alien moves 1. And on the bridge we get a scrap and a concealed token. Okay, so Ripley's turn. So right, I'm going to do a bit canny. I'm going to trade 2 items as our first action, then trade again to give the items to Brett, at which point now everybody is in the galley with scrap token, so that's completed, and I've used 2 points. I've got 2 moves left. I think we need to go and get some more kit. What do we need to get? An incinerator to the nest and some coolant. We've got the coolant. Coolant needs to be taken to suit storage. So okay, 3, 4. So alien action. It moves 1. And we get these 2 appearing in Mother. Okay, so Brett's turn. Now Brett's got 2 bits there. So what I'm going to do is use his free action to create a grapple gun. Use the grapple gun, which moves the alien away 3. So that's 2 actions, so 1 action. And then 2, 3. So he's in there. And what now happens? Order 937, meet me in the infirmary. The active crew member moves to the med bay. Okay, not ideal, but livable with, I think. Okay, so that's now back to Dallas. So, 1, 2, drop the canister. That's 3 actions. He's got 2 left. I think what we'll do is we'll go down and counter this, which turns out to be the alien. It would be. So the alien appears there. I take 2 damage. I have to run away 3, and that is the end of my turn. Okay, so that was Dallas. So Ripley then. Now Ripley hasn't got the canister. I think it would be cheating to pick it up and drop it for it to count. So I don't think I can do that. So I either need to go and get a new canister, or I could move Brett in, but the odds are the alien's going to catch me. I think I'm going to have to move. So 1, 2, if I go to there, alien's 3 away. I'm not going to go any further than that. So what I'll do is use that to move Dallas to there as an extra 1. I can then move to there, because then the alien can be following me. We're all equally distant from it. So what now happens? Okay, so the alien moves 1. Which way do I want him to go? I think I'm going to get him to move this way. And then we get 2 scrap and oops, mix that one back in. Concealed one in the galley. Okay, so that was Ripley. So Brett. Now Brett's got the canister. I'm going to take a gamble now. 2. Actually, no, because I'm going to aim too close to the alien. I'm going to halt him there for this turn. So what happens? Alien moves 2. And Dallas is the closest. Now Dallas I'm going to have a bit of a problem with here, I think. So the alien moves to there, and nothing else happens. So now it's Dallas. I think we're going to have to do desperation here. We'll pick these up. And if I'd have liked to have got 4 to make the incinerator. I think what I'll do is spend 3 of them to make another electric prod. And if the alien does come into me, I can at least get rid of him. Electric prod, where are we? There we go. So Dallas has now got the electric prod. So that was 1, 2, 3. I'll pass with the last bit there. So what happens now? Alien moves 1, predictably. Plenty of scrap though. Garage for all this lot where we are, typical. And I lose 2, but because I've got the electric prod, that doesn't happen, so I can now move 3. So I'll move him to there. Okay, so that was Brett's turn. So Dallas. 1, 2, 3, 4 to complete that mission. 5. Let's go up that way. Okay, and what happens? Quiet in the was 1. It's all quiet in the docking bay with 2. 1. So where's the docking bay? I've always got to think where these are at the minute. I'm still not fully used to the board. Storage, docking bay. Okay, so Ripley's turn. So I need scrap. I'm going to have to move through something. So 1 to move into there, and it's clear. That was a lucky call. 2, 3, 4, and that's also clear. Okay, that was good news. And crew expendable. Active crew member loses all scrap. Brilliant. Shuffle all the 937 cards back into the deck. Doesn't specify if it includes that one. I'm going to assume that it does. That really wasn't what I needed, because I need to get this scrap so I can get an incinerator. And the incinerator needs 4 scrap. So if I can get Brett to get them, that'll be less. So Brett's move. So I'm going to move around this way because I don't want to move that way. It's getting me very close to the alien. And each member loses a scrap item. Fantastic. So, back to Dallas. 1. The alien jumps to there, doing 3 points of damage. He's still got the electric prod, so it drops down to 1 point of damage, but I've got to leg it 3. Okay. There's plenty of scrap that way. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, Ripley. So I'm going to pick those 2 up. Then I'm going to start moving Brett. 1, 2, 3, because I really need that area clear. Okay, so that's Ripley moved, and the alien stalks 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. Dallas being the closest. Dallas doesn't have any kit, so we lose 3 more morale. And Dallas has to move 3 areas. I may as well get him around there and try and get some of this gear. Okay, that wasn't a good move. So that was Ripley, so we're on to Brett. I think it's time to use the grapple gun, use up its second charge, which means the alien moves 3 away. That's 1 action, 2, 3. Move him that way. I've got a cunning plan here. Okay, at the end of that turn, alien moves 1. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to move towards Ripley. 1 area and 2 scrap, and a concealed token appear in the med bay. Okay, so that was Brett. So we're on to Dallas. 1. It's clear, fortunately. 2, 3, 4, 5. I kept Brett back, that might have made more sense. Okay, so what happens now? Active crew member loses all scrap tokens. This really isn't going well. And shuffle all the order 937s back into the deck. guessing actually that card can't go back, because otherwise all we're going to end up with is crew expendables, so I'm assuming that that's ones that haven't been used. Quick rule change as we play there, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so Ripley. Now they haven't got the scrap that they need. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Good as I'm going to get with that. And meet me in the infirmary. So Ripley has to go to the infirmary, and there's nothing there, fortunately. Okay, that isn't good. So, Brett. Only one there, and I haven't used up the grapple, so I can't use the grapple. I'm going to have to try and go and get some scrap, I think. What I don't want to do is go up that way, because the alien will catch me. So 1, 2, 3, we'll move over this way. And what do we encounter? Each crew member loses an item of scrap. Okay, so Dallas. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we find? Nothing. And then 5th action, pick that up. Counter card. Lost the signal. Return the alien to the nest. Place a concealed token in each room with no crew member or concealed tokens are present. And shuffle all the alien encounter cards back into the deck. Fantastic. Guessing that actually means that order 937 card can probably. Now I've seen that, we'll shuffle that one back in as well. Because otherwise I was thinking, how on earth is it going to get through? I didn't realise there was a shuffle the alien cards. Okay, so that was Dallas, wasn't it? At least I believe it was. So Ripley. 1, 2, I need to get where Brett is, 3, 4, and nothing there fortunately. And lost the signal. Alien to the nest, concealed token in any room where there's no crew member, and shuffle the alien encounters back in. Okay, so basically all I've done is put that back in there. Okay, so Brett. So let's move Brett up to here. That's 1. I'll take the items off Ripley. 2. Create the incinerator, which is still 2, and then I'm going to trade. I'll keep that with Brett, I think, for the minute. So that's Brett done. No, we've got 1 action left, doesn't he? I'll move him back down to there. So, alien moves 1, and we get 2 scrap on the bridge. There's already an encounter there. So, that was Brett. So, Dallas. I'm going to pick up the coolant canister. I may as well, just in case I need it for my final mission. So, 1, 2, 3. It's clear. 4. The alien appears there doing 2 damage. Dallas doesn't have anything, so game over. So that was a definite victory for the alien. I didn't even get through my initial objectives. If I'd got Brett to get the incinerator to the nest, what would I then have to have done? Let's have a look. Blow it out into space. So I'd have to shuffle the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck. All crew members get a special ability. Spend an action, discard 1 scrap token to reveal the top card of the encounter deck. You may choose to put it at the bottom of the encounter deck. And to win, I've got to get the alien in or adjacent to the docking bay. One crew member must be in the airlock, one crew member must be in the bridge, and reveal an alien type encounter card from the deck in the encounter phase to win. So yeah, I like this game. It's quick, it's simple. I mean, that probably took, I haven't seen the timer, but I'm guessing probably about 20 minutes. And I was talking through, so that's probably slightly slower, slightly faster than it reckoned. But then again, I'm playing one player. If you've got one player, what you tend to do is you tend to play it the way you plan. So you're not having to wait while the other players do things. You're not having to discuss. I think it would work nicely as a multiplayer game, and I may well try it. It's not perhaps the sort of game I'd probably play with the grandkids. Although having said that, there's nothing particularly nasty or vicious in the game, which is why it's for players 10 plus. Overall, I think it's definitely sort of, I'd say you're looking at probably 8 out of 10. I would have liked the ability for the alien to remove crew members, possibly having individual damage tracks for them, but having said that, I can understand why they haven't. It keeps players in all the game, which in other games you don't always get. It's fully cooperative, which is a nice touch. Overall, I absolutely love it, and I'm going to be playing it more. I'm going to paint up the figures when I get a chance, get them looking even more like the characters, although I'm not looking forward to painting Brett's shirt. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, let me know. I'm quite happy to do some more playthrough videos on this, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please click on the like button below so that I know what people like and I know what to make more of. Alternatively, if you've enjoyed it and think you'd like to see more, please click on the subscribe button. That way you get notified by YouTube whenever I bring out a new video, and you never know, there might be something in there that you hadn't considered, because I do cover a variety of things on the channel. And finally, if you have a little bit of cash going, I now have a Patreon account. I'm always looking for patrons, because at the end of the day, let's be perfectly honest, it's a good way for me to get a little bit of money that I'll use to buy review items or to travel to museums and so on. I don't put a huge amount on that. At the minute, all we've got is one tier charging £1 a month, which just, as I say, helps cover my costs. See you soon.